Yeah, welcome back to the lecture series of hydraulic structures. This is the last session of module 3. In this session, we'll learn how to apply corrections for the calculated pressures at the key points. In the last session, we discussed how to calculate how a complex profile is split into simple profiles by Koshla's method, and how to determine the pressures at the key points. The key points are at the junction of the floor and the sheet piles on either side, plus at the bottom of the pile. So once we get these pressures at the key points for simplified profiles, we have to make corrections to get the profile pressures of the complex profile. So what are these corrections? Let us see what corrections we have to apply, and we'll solve a simple numerical problem on this. Yeah, this is the same thing continued. So what are the corrections for calculated pressures at the key points? Okay, the percentage pressures at these key points for simple forms into which a complex profile has been broken. So a complex profile was broken into simple forms, and we learned how to calculate the percentage pressures. So in order to make it valid for the complex profile, we have to make some corrections. The corrections are: one, corrections for manual interference of the piles, mutual interference of the piles. So there for each pile is there will be interference from the other pile. So one pile is there is interference for calculating the pressure of one pile. There's an interference from the other piles. So for that we have to apply corrections, and corrections for the thickness of the floor, and corrections for the slope of the floor. Okay, so we will focus on the first one, the correction for mutual interference of piles. So that is given by this formula. So the answer what you get is in terms of percentage of head. Directly you will get the answer in terms of percentage of head, so that you can add or subtract. So there are two values, you have plus and minus of this. So I will tell you when to use positive sign, when to use negative sign. This correction C in terms of percentage head is given by 19 root of D divided by B dash into small d plus capital D divided by B. So what are these terms? Let us see in detail. So B dash is the distance between two pile lines. B dash is the distance between two pile lines, and D is the depth of the pile line, the influence of which has to be determined on the neighboring pile of depth. So let me take the diagram to explain you more clearly. So if this is a profile, this is the weir, and so there's an upstream pile here, there's an intermediate pile here, and there's a downstream pile here. So so if you are making a correction for this pressure at C, this pile this I'll call this as pile 1, and this is pile 2, and this is pile 3. Okay. This is C, and this is E, and this is D. Same way here you will have E1, or you can call this as E2, D2, and C2. Sorry. And this will be E3, this will be E3, C3, and D3. This is how we name the key points. So if you are making correction for this C1, I'll call this C1, D1 and E1. That is the pressure at C1 will have an influence due to this pile 2. Okay, so influence of 2 on 1, there will be, if you are calculating the, so if you have to make correction here for C1, so there will be influence of this pile 2 on 1. So because C1 is behind this, behind the file which is influencing, so we'll take the sign as positive because it is at the rear side, it will take it as positive. Okay, so if you are making correction for E2, the pile 1 will have influence on 2. This E2 point is in the forward direction, so we'll take it as negative. While making correction for E2, you have to minus this value. While making correction for C1, you have to take positive because this is back side, this is in the rear side and this is in the forward side. Similarly, if you are making correction for E3, on pile 3 there will be influence of pile 2. So because this is in the forward direction, you will take it as negative. So if you are making correction for C2, then you will take it as positive when you are taking the influence of this pile 3. Okay, so the backward points positive and the forward points negative. So B dash is the distance between two pile lines. So this is B dash. Sorry, I'll erase and write once again. So distance between these two piles, we will take it as B dash, and the depth of the pile line, the influence of which is determined on the neighboring pile of depth small d. So this is the depth of the pile line, the influence of which is to be determined on the neighboring pile. So if this is the neighboring pile of depth small d and this is capital D, okay, then D is measured below the level at which the interference is desired. This is below, that is from the floor line, what the D is measured. The depth of the pile on which the effect is considered, okay, and the total floor length, B is the distance between the first sheet pile and the last sheet pile. So we'll take up a numerical problem so that you will understand it better. So what is this B dash, what is B, what is capital D, what is small d. Okay, so as I already told you, so you can see here, this is pile 1, pile 2 and pile 3. These are the points at which we have to determine the pressures, percentage pressure, C1, D1, E1, then C2, D2, E2, E3, C3, D3, C3, D3 and E3. So this is the distance between two sheet piles is B1, and capital B is the distance between this and this. Okay, so if you are so I have told you how to take the influence of this, when to take positive and negative sign. We'll directly come to this exit gradient. Exit gradient is the gradient at the exit point. So if this is the weir or the barrage, so this is the exit point, this is the flow line, and this is the exit gradient. This exit gradient, whatever you calculate, should be less than the critical gradient. Critical gradient, for that we have determined the condition. So it has been determined that for a standard forum consisting of a floor length B with a vertical cutoff, this is the vertical cutoff, this is the D, and floor length is B, that is from the starting point to the exit point. The exit gradient at its downstream end is given by H by D, where H is the depth of water on the upstream side, H by D is the depth of the pile, and 1 divided by pi into lambda, where lambda is, this is 1. Yeah, here you should have 1. 1 plus root of 1 plus alpha square divided by 2, and alpha is B by D, where H is the maximum seepage head. This head is H. So alpha is b by d. B is this distance, that is the floor length. It is called the floor length, that is from the upstream end, horizontal distance from the upstream end to the downstream end, where d is the depth of the sheet pile. Now this formula you have to remember. The safe exit gradient or the critical exit gradient is defined for different types of soil. For shingle it is 1/4 to 1/5, or it should be 0.25 to 0.2. For coarse sand it is 1/5 to 1/6. For fine sand it is 1/6 to 1/7. So this has been given, the standard values have been given. So this formula has to be remembered to calculate the exit gradient. So let us take a I've written here, it is 1 plus root of 1 plus alpha square divided by 2. Let's take a numerical problem. So calculate the exit gradient, corrected pressure. So you have to correct the pressure at the junction points for mutual interference of piles. The corrections, how to apply the corrections, and the formula for applying the correction is also discussed in the previous slides. Ignoring slope and floor thickness corrections. There are other two types of corrections. So it is asked to ignore the other two types of corrections, and you have to apply only one correction. So this is the diagram. So this is the head of water, which is equal to 5 meters, and this is the weir or the weir. So there where it is the head of water is 5 meters. Here there is a sheet pile in the front, that is in the upstream side, 1.5 meters, and on the downstream side it is 2.5 meters. This you have to note because the height of the sheet piles of in the upstream side and the downstream side is different. But whereas Koshla is given formulas when the upstream file and the downstream sheet pile has the same depth d. So let us see how to solve this problem. So here this is d and this is d1. This depth is more. So the problem is slightly different in this case. If it is d and d, directly we can apply the formulas. So now let us first define the key points. So see here, I have defined the key points for the sheet pile 1, C1, D1, E1, and here I have taken as C, E and D. You can take it as C2, E2, D2 also, or you can according to the standard formula, this is how it has to be given. So we know what is 5C1. 5C1 is equal to 100 minus 5E. 100 minus 5E. So therefore, to determine this pressure at C1, we have to first find out what is the pressure at E. So for that, the formula is known. And also to find pressure at D1, you have to find out the pressure at D here. So for these two, the formulas are given. And you know, this is B is the base length. This distance between two piles, it is given as 10 meters. 10 meters. To find phi E, so how to find phi E? We have a formula, that is phi E is given as 1 by pi cos inverse of lambda minus 2 divided by lambda, where lambda is 1 plus 1 root of 1 plus phi square alpha square by 2, where alpha is b by d. So alpha is b by d. What depth of the pile we have to take? This is 2.5 and this is 1.5. You are calculating the pressure at the downstream pile. So this is 1.5. So you have to consider 2.5 here. You have to consider 2.5. B is 10 and this is 2.5. That is the second pile, the downstream pile, because you are calculating the pressure at E here at this point. So you have to take this height as 2.5. Okay. So that is 4, it will come to 4. So once you get alpha, you substitute back and get the value of lambda. Lambda is 1 plus root of 1 plus 4 square by 2, that is 2.56. So substitute that in this equation. So you will have substitute the value of lambda here. So you will get 0.429. So in terms of percentage, the pressure here at E is 42.9%. 42.9%. Similarly, pressure at D, instead of lambda minus 2, you have to use lambda minus 1. The same formula, you have to use lambda minus 1. So we have already calculated the value of lambda for which alpha is required because it is the same pile. So you will get directly the value at D. So that is 29.1%. See, you can see that this value is less because as the water moves downward, the pressure decreases. Pressure decreases. Here at E it is 42. From 42.9 it is reduced to 29.1%. So we have to apply the correction for mutual interference of pile. Interference of downstream pile is the upstream pile. For the downstream pile, the interference is the upstream pile. So how do you apply correction? And this is in the forward direction. So you have to apply a negative sign. Negative sign. So the influence for you're making corrections for these values C and D, whatever you have calculated, phi at D and phi at C, phi at E and phi at D is what you have calculated. So for that we are applying corrections due to mutual interference of pi. So we know the formula, that is C is equal to C is equal to 19 root of D divided by B into D plus D by B. So D is, what is the influencing pile? D is the depth of the, capital D is the depth of the influencing pile. So this is, you are making corrections for E and D. Okay. So this is the pile which is influencing this pile. So here this point is on the forward direction. This point is on the forward direction. Therefore, you have to make a negative correction. So I have taken here a negative sign. I have taken a negative sign here. Minus. Okay. Negative sign has been considered. Sorry. Negative sign is taken. Minus 19. And depth of the pile being influenced, which is getting influenced, this is the pile, it is getting influenced by this. You are calculating the pressure here. This is the pile getting influenced and this is the pile influencing. So capital D is the depth of the pile influencing, whereas this is the depth of the pile being influenced, small d. So it is 2.5, you get minus 2.94. So from the values you have calculated here, phi E and phi D, what you got, 42.9% and 29.1% is the values that you have corrected for simple profiles. When it has to be applied for a complex profile, the correction has to be done. So that correction factor is, the answer what you get is in terms of percentage directly. This you have to note. So 2.94 is the answer you get, that is in terms of percentage. So you can directly deduct it. I also told why you are deducting it, because the point E where you are making correction is in the forward direction. It is in the forward direction of the flow. So therefore 42.9 is the value we got. So we are making a correction of minus of 2.95, that is 39.9. And FDC is 29.1 minus of 2.95, which is equal to 26.16%. So you have calculated the pressures at E and D and you have also calculated the corrected factors. Now to determine C1 and D1, it is here. This is your C1 and this is your D1. So according to Koshla, phi at C1 is equal to 100 minus phi E. This is 100 minus phi E. 100 minus phi E. So phi E, but actually when we have calculated phi and D, phi at E and phi at D, we have taken the actual case where the lengths are different. But now to calculate phi C1, you have to consider same length. You have to consider the same length. So this is also 1.5. This is also 1.5. You have to again recalculate phi E and phi D by considering the same length. Therefore, I've written here to determine phi C1 and phi D1. Here the pile length of the upstream side and downstream side are different. We have determined the pressure at E and D in step 2 in actual condition when the length is more with different pile lengths. Now to find pressure at C1 and D1, we have to assume the same length of piles on both the sides so that we can apply this formula. So again you have to recalculate. So at phi, so again find phi E and phi D. Those are for the actual case. Now to get phi C1 and phi D1, again we have to calculate phi E and phi D, assuming same length of piles. Okay. So here B is equal to 10 and D is equal to 1.5. There it was 2.5. The same way, alpha is equal to B by D, you will get 6.67 and this is 3.87, and substituting that you will get 33.9 and 23.47. So it is phi at C1 is 100 minus phi E, which is equal to 66%. Phi at D is equal to 100 minus 23.47, that comes to 76. So here again you have to apply corrections. In the correction is positive because it is in the backward direction. Where is the point C? Point C is in the backward direction. This is the point C. You are making correction C. And this pile is influenced by this pile. So this is the correction. It is at the rear point. So it has to be positive. So plus 9. So what is the depth of the influencing pile is 2.5 and 10. And depth of the file being influenced is 1.5 small d divided by 10, that is 3.8%. Phi C1 corrected value, file C1 corrected value is 66 plus 3.8 and phi D1 corrected value is 76.5 plus 3.8. These two values we have got here, this value and this value. After calculating the values of phi C1 and phi D1 by assuming same length of piles on both the sides, then you have to apply the correction. While applying the correction, you should take the actual length of D and D. Okay. So exit gradient has to, the exit point is given by this formula. So H by D into 1 divided by pi into lambda. Lambda we have already calculated. That is 2.56 in the first case. So that will come to 0.398%. But the safe exit gradient for coarse sand is between 0.2 to 0.17. So therefore it is okay. So it is okay for coarse sand. So this is a simple problem on Koechl's theory. So we'll end this module 3 and in the next session we'll take up module 4. Thank you.